Hello, my name is Ian Aragon, and today we're going to do a workout which involves the whole body. We'll do a bunch of squats, lunges, some punches, as well as some push-ups in different dimensions, different planes of motions. Normally you want to start off with a warm-up, about 5 to 10 minutes. I already warmed up, just to get that blood flowing, about light to moderate intensity. So that way you get that proper blood flow so you don't feel dizzy during the workout. So I already did my warm-up. So what we're going to start off with is squats. You can use resistance for this exercise routine. You can use a kettlebell or even some dumbbells. So in this case I'll be using dumbbell, and you can also have a mat for your knees when you do push-ups. So what we're going to do is just be into a squatting position, about feet shoulder width, a little slightly wider than hips apart. And we're going to do 5 repetitions. So we can go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're going to do staggered position. So you want to have a step forward, just a small step. And do the same thing, 5 repetitions. You want to keep your feet straight, knees straight as well. 4, and then 5, and then switch it to the other side. 1, 2, 3. Width apart, we're going to get down into push-up position and do the same thing. So about shoulder width apart with your hands, get into a plank position, 5 push-ups normal. Now you're going to get into a staggered position with your hands. And do 5. There we go, go back, standing up. You can also choose to do it on your knees, doing the push-ups, or you can even have it inclined, which makes it a little bit easier to do the push-ups. So next, we're going to have the same distance, feet apart, but this time we're going to turn your toes outward. And we're going to do the same thing. So 5 squats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, and 5, and relax. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going in push-up position. So you're going to have your hand placement outwards. So hands placed about shoulder width. Getting to plank position, hands outward. And do the push-ups. 3, 4, 5, and then staggered position. And back up. Now this time we're going to do squats inward rotation. So your toes are inward. So same distance, about hip distance from your feet. And then same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Getting to staggered. 1, 2. 4, and then 5, and you probably know we're going to do the same thing, push-up. So you're going to have your hands inward, shoulder width apart, 5 repetitions. Grab some dumbbells or weights, and we're going to start off with lunges, forward lunges. Keeping your feet straight, knees straight while you do this exercise. So you're going to alternate, and what you can do is do a bicep curl when you get back to neutral. So we'll do the same repetitions, 5 each way. So I'm 3, 4, do it in your pace, control, based on your range of motion. This time we're going to do sideways, so lateral. Keeping one of the legs straight, full control, using your hips. Make sure to breathe, couple more. 2. Last one. And relax. Now we're going to go backward. This is a different kind of motion for most. People tend to do backward lunges like this, but this time you're just going to keep that front leg straight. It's a small step back, keeping that front leg straight, shifting your weight to the back, hinging from the hips, and going back to neutral. And just repeat that motion. 3 more. Alright, and then relax. Now we're going to turn 45 degrees and do the lunge. So you're going to keep that front leg straight, lunging, back to neutral, and same as the other side. One more. And now we're going to do a curtsy lunge. So you're stepping over, crossing over, gonna weight shift, and then back to neutral, bicep curl. And repeating the other side. Make sure it's side, you're not turning diagonal, it's all lateral. And now we're gonna do diagonal forward, 45 degrees, lunging, back to neutral. And just repeat. Control. If you feel like you're losing your balance, slow down. And one more. Alright, and that is the lunge matrix from different planes of movement. So next we're going to do punches next. So it's using the same weights. We're going to do 4 punches, 5 repetitions. You can add a little weight shift to it. 4, 5. Now we're going to do side punches. Reaching out, based on your range of motion. Now we're going to turn and punch 45-degree angle, so backwards. Alright, and relax. Now we're going to do something called tricep extension, so you punch in backwards. Make sure your elbows is pointed backwards, not out here. As you notice, my hips and knees are slightly bent, so that way you have that core support. If you keep your body nice and straight, you're going to create a lot of tension in your lower back when you're doing these exercises. So keep them nice and bent, keep them loose. Next, we'll do crossover punches. Make sure it's lateral, onto the side, not diagonal. Alright, and now uppercuts. Keeping it about torso length. Keeping the weights nice and close to your body as well. So next we're going to do shoulder over head punches. So you're just going to punch straight forward, engaging the core, breathe. Now we're going to go sideways. Now diagonal punch, shoulder overhead. And now we're going to punch backwards, keeping your elbows straight. So based on your range of motion, control. Next we're going to punch overhead, reaching out to the other side. And rest. And that's the shoulder matrix. So next we're going to repeat the squats and push-up matrix. But this time, instead of having a normal width, we're going to have it narrow. And the transition, you feel free to take a water break, a couple of minutes of rest, getting the energy replenished. So next, we're going to do the squat and push-up matrix. So we're going to have your feet close together. And once again, hinging from the hips, letting the knees follow. And this time, instead of doing bicep curls, or instead of keeping the kettlebell close, we'll do a shoulder press as well. So ready? We'll do 5 repetitions each. Five, and relax. Now we're going to do the same thing with push-ups, keeping it narrow. Alright, and now we're going to do squats narrow, but this time toes pointed outwards. So we'll do 5 each way. So 1, 2, 3. And the other way. Alright, and relax. Now we're going to go inward. So narrow stance, pointing your toes inward, hinging from the hips. 5 repetitions. right. So next we're gonna do the lunge matrix again. Another set. Using the dumbbell weights. So we'll start with forward lunges. As in, instead of doing a bicep curl, we'll do a shoulder flexion. So raising it overhead. So go ahead and start, 5 repetitions each. Remember, hinging that from the hips, keeping that front leg straight. Weight. And then uppercuts. Alright, go ahead and get a rest period and get some water. Alright, we got one more set of the squats. the push-ups, the lunges, and punches. So, since we had a narrow stance for the squats, we're going to have a wider stance. Wider than hips width apart. So we're going to start off with 5 repetitions, neutral position, hinging from the hips, keeping your feet straight, knees straight. Now get into staggered position. Alright, go ahead and stand up. Now we're going to have wide stance, but this time the toes are going outward. So when you're ready, go ahead and start. 5. And then one more step for each, but this time toes inward. Hinging from the hips. Add a shoulder press this time. 5, stagger position. As you can see, it's just a little motion. Make sure you hinging from the hips. Alright, and that's the full matrix. Great job. It usually takes about 35 to 40 minutes. Do it in your pace, about moderate intensity. Full control of the lunges, the push-ups, the squats, and the punches. And just enjoy the workout. Appreciate it for watching. Thank you. Have a great day.